Hi, this is Diane Love to Bake, and what we're going to make are butterscotch peanut butter cookies. So if you like peanut butter, and who doesn't like butterscotch, this is the recipe for you. Now you can use the chunky peanut butter if you want, but I'm using the smooth or the creamy today. So let's get started. First, let's start off with 3/4 of a cup of unsalted butter, and I cut it up into small pieces because it's a lot easier to cream and break up. Now you can go ahead and use your hand mixer for this if you prefer, but I always say I like to use my stand-up because it's faster to move things around for the video. So I'm just going to break that up and cream it. Okay. The next thing we're going to be putting in is 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar to the cream butter, unsalted butter. And just bring that together till it's quite fluffy and you know, yellow in color, very pale yellow in color. And it shouldn't take you too long. The next thing you're going to be putting in is 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. And again, just till it's all beaten in and combined and smooth. I'm just going to scrape the sides of my mixing bowl here a little bit to make sure everything's being combined. Okay, and our peanut butter. I have 3/4 of a cup of creamy, and as I mentioned before, you can go ahead and use your chunky one if you prefer. Okay, and let me just get it nice to take that extra off there. You want to get it all in there. Okay, and then we'll beat this together, you know, till it's very smooth. And that might be a minute or two, depending on, you know, if you're using your stand-up or your hand mixer. Raise my speed just a little bit so I can move it along for the video and bring it all together. Okay, just a couple more seconds there. Okay, the next thing we're going to be putting in is eggs, and you're going to need 2 of them, and I've had them at room temperature. I'm going to put 1 in at a time so it's all combined. I'll put the second one in and beat that till smooth. And again, I like to get to the bottom and clean the sides a little bit. I'm going to raise my speed a little bit so it might get a little loud. Okay, and I want to show you what I have so far. It's quite light and very fluffy. I don't know if you can see that or not. Hopefully you can. Okay, now we'll go to our dry. So we're going to start off with 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to put 2 teaspoons of baking soda in that flour. And we're going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then with a spoon, I'm just going to bring that in to the flour like that, okay? And now I'll start slowly putting the flour mixture in. I just put a little at a time. There we go. I'm going to put the rest rest of it in till it starts to form a cookie dough. I'm going to raise my speed. Okay, and here comes the butterscotch. And you're going to put a half a cup. Now, if you want to put a little bit more than a half a cup, feel free. I like it so it's not, that there are not too many of the morsels in there. So, but a half a cup is what I use. And I'll raise my speed. Okay, that's looking really good. And I just want to kind of quickly take off all my excess here off my paddle. Real quick here. And we'll just set that aside for the moment. And then, again, I just want to make sure that everything's combined. Get those sides and the bottom of this mixing bowl. There we have it. Okay. All right. Now you can, on your cookie pan, tray, whatever, I like to just lightly spray it. You can use parchment paper if you prefer, and I'm going to use a small scoop. And I would place these at least about 2 inches apart, okay? And what I like to do is I just put them down, as you see with my cookie scoop, okay, like that. And then I have a little glass here with a flat bottom with some granulated sugar. And then I just dip the glass into the sugar, and then I just tap it a couple times just to flatten it a little bit. You don't want to flatten them too much. Now, if you don't like the appearance of a flatter cookie, then just don't tap it with your sugar or push it down lightly with your fingertips. It's whatever you prefer, that type of thing. And then what I like to do is, but of course you don't have to, I just have some extra butterscotch and morsels here, and I actually just, put a couple on the top just to garnish them. But you certainly don't have to do this. That'll be up to you. Now you're going to bake these at 350 degrees, and they could probably take you anywhere from 14 minutes to 18 minutes. So you really do want to start checking them early, because we do realize that all our ovens set up so differently. Now I'm going to rinse my hands real quickly, and I'd like to show you what they look like once they're baked up. And this is how they'll come out. They come out just an absolutely beautiful golden brown on the top and on the bottom. You can see those little butterscotch morsels on the top. If you don't want to put those on, they'll look like this. Just a beautiful little cookie. And when you break them open, again, they're going to be a little bit more on the crisp side, on the inside. Now, if you like a chewier cookie, take them out a little earlier. But I particularly like them that when you break them open, you can see there's the moisture in the cookie, but it's so nice and crispy on the bottom and the top. So again, that's going to be up to you, however you want to make these. But it's a relatively very easy recipe to put together, especially if you like peanut butter and butterscotch. Give this recipe a try. If you do and you like it, well, leave a comment, because I always like to hear from you. And as always, I want to thank you for watching Dianelovetobake, and please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon.